Hey Lift team, Julia here from Lift CP Downs. Welcome to our week 3 mobility routine. And this week, guess what? The mobility routine is part of your homework. So the aim is to practice this mobility routine for at least 3 times during the week and time lapse yourself doing the routine at least one of those 3 times. So let's get started. We're gonna come into a tabletop position for wrist mobility, a wrist mobility exercise. So from that tabletop position, just bring yourself back towards your heels, spreading your fingers away, and we're gonna do some circles around. So move your body weight towards your right side, and then ideally you wanna make sure that your shoulders are passing over your wrist line and towards your left, and then sit back to your heels. Do that same movement for 3 times to that same direction, making sure your arms are fully extended, and then go straight to the other side. So now you're going to start with that circle to the left and then over your wrist line to the right and sit back to your heels 3 times. Keep those fingers active into the ground as you move through. Awesome. From there, just back and forward for 3 reps. 2, breathing through. Last one. Amazing. Turn your fingers towards your knees on this next one. You can tuck your toes under as an option. And then you're going to keep the fingertips into the ground. Just bend one elbow, bringing your elbow towards the knee, and keep your fingertips down there. So you're going to lift only the heel of the hand. Drop it down, and then to the other side, you're going to bend your right elbow, bring the elbow towards your knee, and then drop it down. Go for 1 more each side. Breathing through again. Perfect. And then on the last one, just untuck your toes, sit back to your heels. If you don't do that, position is uncomfortable for you, you can sit cross leg on the ground also. So on this one, back of the hands together, and you're just gonna hold on this position for a while. Drop your elbows down without disconnecting the back of the hands. So if you're here and this is the max, you can drop the elbows down. That's totally fine. We don't want to see these movements here. Okay, so just every time you breathe in and out, you try to go a little bit deeper. This is actually also a great movement to reset your wrists if you're doing like a push-up or a bench press or any movements that requires a lot of your wrists. This is a good reset position. Perfect. Once you're done, just shake your hands around. And then we're going to come back into a tabletop position, but this time I'll face you guys just to make it easier for you to see the movement. So from that tabletop position, you're going to start by extending your right arm right in front of you with your thumb facing up towards the sky. Then keep lifting your arm until you find that tension point that you can't go unless you start to internal rotate your shoulder. So internal rotate, then your palm will be facing out to the side. And then keep reaching back and keep rotating your shoulder in. So now your palms facing up towards the sky. Tap the back of the hand down towards the ground and reverse the same way. So you can keep going and now face to the side so you can see it from a different perspective. Palm of the hand up, and then external rotate your shoulder, and then start to bring your pinky finger towards the ground. Straight to the other side. Now move around. You can stay where you are just to make it easier. Extend your left arm. Thumb is leading the movement for now. Find that tension point. Internal rotate your shoulder so your thumb will face down and around as you reach back. Palms facing up, and keep rotating until you tap the back of the hand down to the ground, and reverse the same way. Palms facing up. External rotate your shoulder, and then reverse all the way forward. Let's go 1 more each side. So right arm goes, thumbs facing up. This is a great movement to work on your shoulder mobility, and maybe you can see if you can go any deeper or do like a bigger circle around with every rep. Ideally you want to do like 2 to 3 reps each side, but feel free to do a few more if you like. Always connecting with your breath as you go to these movements. The breath is there always to help you to go any deeper and release any tension. Nice. And from here, open your knees nice and wide. We're going to come into a spine wave. Sit back to your heels so your toes are touching and your knees are wide. Walk your hands away from the body, but instead of just resting here, you're going to keep yourself active, pushing the ground away, engage your legs. From there, start to lift your hip off your heels and tuck your tailbone in, navel in, and also bring your chin into your chest. Keep waving forward until you find that halfway position, and then you're going to lift your feet together. Keep dropping your hips down to the ground. Open your chest, pressing the feet, and then keep kind of lifting your head, top of the head, and bring your toes towards the top of the head. As you exhale, round the spine, your upper back goes first. As you wave back, drop your feet down to the ground, and then sit back to your heels. Nice, just 1 more of these. Rounding the spine and waving forward. Open as you lift your feet together, drop your hips down to the ground, pushing the ground away, shoulders away from ears. In reverse, tuck your chin, round the spine, and sit back to your heels. Alrighty, let's go ahead and walk your hands towards your knee. And from here, you're gonna step your right foot in front of you. So right leg is there, and then we want to do like a hip opener kind of movement, ideally opening your hip flexors first. So you're gonna tuck your tailbone, you like tilt your pelvis in instead of just sinking and arching. Tilt your pelvis in and also bring your belly in. From here, reach with your arms over the head and then just slide a little bit further, like sinking your hips more without losing that activation. You can have a reset, drop your hands to your waist and then push back. Inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen as much as you can. Exhale and reverse. Go for one more. Reaching up, exhale and reverse. Perfect. Bring your hands on either side of your front foot, and then I'll just face you guys again to make it easier. Front foot, and then with your chest, you're gonna press your knee towards your toes like an ankle stretch and also a knee warm-up mobility movement. So you can do some circles around so your chest is pressing your knee over your toes line, and make sure your heels on the ground the whole time also. All right, spend one more breath on this one here. Perfect. And just from there, on this next one, I'll face to the side again. On this next one, keep your hands on either side of that front foot and untuck your toes back there. You're gonna lift the back knee off the ground to stretch the top part of your ankle and then lower. Inhale up, exhale lower. Last one, up and lower. Amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and do everything to the other side. All right, so now your left leg, it steps forward. And then from here, same kind of activation. Tilting your pelvis in, navel in, reach with your arms up over the head as you just sink your hips a bit more. As you exhale, drop your arms and reset. And let's go 2 more. Inhale as you reach and sink. Exhale, release. So one more, breathing in. Make sure you have a cushion for your knees on this one. Exhale, release. Hands on either side of that front leg. And then we're gonna press your knees over with your chest. As an option on this one, you can also keep the hand on one hand on the ground and the other hand over your knee. And then you press your knee around. Okay, that's also something you can do if that feels better for you. Okay, once you're done on some few movements on that one, then back ankle stretch, lifting the back knee off the ground and lower. Up for 3 and down. Oop, got cramps. Up for 2 and last one. Amazing. For our last one, we have a core activation. So you're gonna lay on your back, flat on your lower back especially. You're going to bring yourself in a reverse tabletop position. So knees are bending in a 90 degree. From here, you're going to drop your left arm and right leg as close as you can to the ground, holding that core activation. 3, 2, 1. Back, up, other side. Left leg, right arm. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Back, up. From here, we're going to drop legs and arms at the same time, making sure you're not arching through the spine. Extend and hold into the halo position. If you need to lift your upper back, that's fine. 3, 2, 1. Back to start one more time. Right leg, left arm. 3, 2, 1. And reverse. Left leg and right arm. 3, 2, 1. And reverse. And then legs and arms. And 3, 2, 1. Back in. Perfect. All right, just give yourself a moment, breathing through. And then depending on how much time you have available, maybe you can practice this whole sequence one more time. That would be great. Ideally, you want to practice that right before your workout, but it's also very good if you can practice early in the morning or right before going to bed, as long as you're practicing to get better on your mobility and also increase the range of motion, improve your performance, and reduce the risk of getting injured. All right, team, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to time lapse and send through your groups, and I'll see you on the next one.